Hello everyone, and welcome back to Woo Woo Wisdom. It's Friday again. We had to take a little sabbatical last week, unfortunately, but just some life stuff comes up that happens from time to time. But we're back this week, and we're really happy to be here. I just had a thought that popped in, and it was random.
What was it?
I don't know. It was just.
We'll say it.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not ready yet.
It has meaning.
I know it will.
Okay.
It was weird. Anyway, we're
Having weird thoughts.
We're here. I just wanted to. Something popped into my head as I was getting everything ready. I mean, as you can see, we've got a little bit different setup on the table today, and I know that we talk a lot about personal boundaries and boundaries of spirit and boundaries with our family. And Gracie's making her.
Not Gracie.
her
She's
appearance.
crossing our boundaries.
Yes.
Look at her. She's so cute.
But we're having our little group Christmas gathering this evening, and so I decided I was going to go ahead and set the table for that and have our little Christmassy colors and everything going on, because that was my version of self-care, rather than like getting all fucked up and getting ready for this and then having to strip it back down and get ready for something else. I was just like, no, I can make it easy for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will think the red is pretty too for Woo Woo Wisdom. So
Absolutely.
So just
That's good.
I felt like I needed to share that, because it's just we try to make it so hard. We try to think like setting boundaries and taking care of ourselves and being self-centered in self, not self-centered, and helping to put ourselves first has to be these big things that are hard, and they don't. It's like put the one tablecloth on the table and be done with it, and let life go on. So I just wanted to share that. I felt like there was somebody that needed to hear that. Well, Gracie said hello.
Make life easy on yourself.
Yeah. How have you been? I haven't talked to you in a day. Or
Yeah,
two.
I've been busy though. Trying to get the last of the Christmas stuff done, as I'm sure everybody else is doing. I see you got some new decks over there, girl.
I did. They finally came. So I got the Miracles Now deck by Gabby Bernstein. Love these. They come in a little, look how cute, little box. And they're all kind of like universe oriented. Really,
Those are really pretty.
pretty colors. And of course they're chakra colors as well. So, but lots of really, they're more like affirmation cards.
Can I see those for a minute?
Yeah.
We got Rosalie here with us today. She's doing our moderating, and I feel like, they want Gracie here. I feel like I didn't want to draw a card for Rosalie for today. Is that okay with you?
Yep. Thank you.
Rosalie's off camera. She's here.
She's a beautiful
This
moderator. Taking care of all you beautiful Facebook people.
Aww. When in doubt, I choose to see peace.
Aww.
So just be peace today for all the things that, going on in life.
And then just because of the people who usually send us questions, it's usually a lot of, like we were just talking about setting boundaries and self-care. I also felt led to do the self-care deck by, I think it's Cheryl Richardson. And it's just single word things that you can do for like self-care of the mind, sovereign, friend, decision. Like what's the next best thing I can do for my self-care? And they're also really,
They have a little messages on the
really
back.
simple. Yeah.
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah. So, there's one about self-worth. So yeah, so we have some new go-to cards this week that we can play with. Yeah.
Fun. We have a long list of questions today, so we probably should get to it, don't you think?
Got 2 weeks left, girl.
Yeah.
We'll get started.
Yep.
You want to go ahead with the first one?
I'll start with the first one. So our first question is from last week, actually. It's from Tanya. She says, this is just a very general question. What does my 2022 look like overall? Are there any big changes coming? Will it be chaotic or peaceful? Just a brief overview would be great. So,
Well, the first thing that popped into my mind was we were talking about the miracle deck, is that there are always miracles all around us. We just have to be looking for them and open to receiving them. Sometimes we block things out just by our own perception. So we know that there will be miracles for you in 2022. So let's see what pops out.
So I got June is going to be a big month for you. And these kind of go together. Shine. There's a diamond. I pulled a discovery card. So this is about discovering something either within yourself or within your environment, a part of you. But this is about making a discovery. I'm really feeling this for like mid-year, June time.
And the Miracle deck said, in order to awaken the world to the light, I must not be afraid to shine. So that's what we're talking about. That he's like finding gold or a diamond, and he's finding like really, really shiny stuff. So you'll kind of like,
it's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
I felt like when you said discovery, I felt self-discovery. So it's going to be a time of self-discovery.
And as you say that, I pulled the true love. And this card is not just about true love with a partner, but it's also like learning to love yourself fully and completely.
And it's funny that you said that. I was listening to a medium, Suzanne Geisman. I don't know if you guys know of her. And as she was speaking, it wasn't really what she was speaking on, but as she was speaking, I actually had a realization about my own self-love. Is that self-love doesn't necessarily have to be about this body and this incarnation.
Right.
And I don't know, this is going to sound like really stupid simple, but it was a realization for me. But I can choose to self-love my soul.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is different than, because we all have things about ourselves that we don't like, and decisions that we've made in the past, and sometimes it's really hard to love ourselves through that. But if we set the intention that we're going to love our soul self and work on that self-love and work on that area, then at least for me, it became a little more palatable. So
Happy success. And for you, Tanya, I really feel like the middle of the year is going to be the most change. June just is like in my head, stuck in my head.
So as we're talking about self-love and how to get there, I pulled the friend card, and it says, be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others.
Oh.
So just validation and affirmation of that.
Yeah, so
discovery of self and letting yourself shine. And
yeah, I think that is what the year is about for you, is learning or being in touch with yourself, growing inside of yourself as a person.
But beautiful, beautiful messages there.
Let your light shine, Tanya. Let your light shine.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah.
When you let it shine, the people that need to see it are the ones that are going to be attracted to you, and the people that may not be as comfortable with you shining that brightly will fall away.
Nice.
So the next one is from Robbie, and they ask, I have a question about mediumship readings. Once a spirit decides to transition into another physical existence, are they no longer able to visit us? Is it possible that spirit come back so quickly?
Do they reincarnate that quickly? I think it depends. Yeah. Like, some souls might come back that quick because they're like, yes, I want to do this life thing, which I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but whatever. But also, it depends on what their life was like as well. I think some people go to some sort of learning area in spirit world, and maybe they have to spend all their time there. Or maybe they had a very painful life existence, so they go to a healing place, and maybe they spend a lot of time there.
And I can see how if you were a spirit that did a lot of your work here in the incarnation, that you might be ready to reincarnate quicker than another soul who may have like self struggled against some of the things and not learned lessons as quickly as maybe some others. So that's why I agree with you. I think it has to do with that person's particular incarnation.
And I think too, if you've done a lot of self work or become ascended somewhat in your energy vibration, that maybe you want to stay on the other side for a while and be a spirit guide for other people.
Right.
So then you have a job to do, and maybe you can't go visit your family as often.
No, that's
to show up for readings and that kind of thing. So I think there's several different answers to that, and we don't know because
Right.
we don't remember being dead.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Is one of the questions that I have is actually pertains to this is because I believe energy is created and it never dies.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like our soul and our spirit, and this is just me talking. This is just my opinion. And as I grow and evolve, it may change because I'm on the path as well myself, newly on the path. But I feel like those two things are different, and like our essence. So like the essence of Chandra
Mm-hmm.
and who I am in this incarnation, and the energy of that is different than my higher self, than my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to me, I think it maybe depends on the medium and what they're trying to connect with. But I would feel like my existence, my energy as Chandra, wouldn't ever go away. It wouldn't ever cease to exist. So as long as the medium has the right intention of what they're trying to connect with.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's just me trying to make sense of this new world that I'm in and how all of that stuff fits together.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have questions about, if they have a reading from someone and say the person they want to connect with the most doesn't come through.
Right.
And so they're wondering, like, are they just not around me ever anymore? But maybe the people I feel like the people who do come through have the most pertinent message for that time. So maybe, that person that you really want to connect with comes through at a different time whenever you need them in your life to give you advice or to comfort you or whatever.
Right. And once we're in spirit, we always want and strive for the highest and best for our loved ones, and the things that we do are always for their ultimate good and for their betterment. So sometimes if they're like you were saying, if they know that they're in a healing place and they know it wouldn't be in your best interest where you are to come through, it may not be that they don't want to come through. They may be no pun intended, dying to come through and give you a message, but they just may not. They may know that they're not in the best place to do that yet,
Right.
and that may be because they are in spirit, and what their intention is at that point is for your highest and best, and it's just not in your best interest to do that at the time. Maybe they've got healing to do. Maybe you've got healing to do before you're ready to fully receive what they're going to say. So I think all that plays into it.
The next question kind of is a lead off of that,
Mm-hmm.
or add on to that question. So we got a question from Anonymous. I had an abortion years ago, and I wonder if that soul is still around me or has come back into a body already. So with this kind of question, we're talking about mediumship. And for anybody out there who is a medium or works with spirit in that way, it's like solving a puzzle. So sometimes you get a really clear picture, sometimes you get one yellow flower and you got to figure out what it means.
You get a symbol and you really don't know what that symbol is supposed to mean yet.
So we'll see what comes through for some of these questions. We have a lot of mediumship type questions today. And they may be things that you have to think on and see where you put that symbol, because without having you sitting here, we can't really talk it out and try to figure it out. Sometimes it's super clear, sometimes it's not. But so for answering this question about the soul of the child that was aborted, intuitively, it's already come back, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's already, on the physical realm.
Right.
And it feels like a male child to me now. So, that's it.
Right.
That's my answer.
But I also still feel like kind of like what I was saying before, the soul versus the energy of that, that child was, half your DNA. It was made up of your energy. So, even though the soul may have chosen to come back into a different incarnation and live a life in a different body, I still feel like even though that the spirit of that child may not, be able to come to you, I still feel like there's a certain energy of that of that existence that you carry with you and you always will. And so I feel like that, that would be something that you could tap into, even though they may not be able to communicate and visit you specifically. I still feel like there's almost like an energetic imprint that
I could see that.
That is never, that's never going to leave you, because it's, it was part of you. So I don't know if that helps make anybody feel better or not.
It's
but
clear as muddy water.
Yeah, because we don't
know 100%.
Well, there's a veil there for a reason.
Right.
We're here in this incarnation to live this existence, and if we knew all the answers of what was across the veil, then all of this would be pointless.
Right.
We would know all the answers. But it's kind of just like you were saying, intuitive hits or feelings that you get. Like I don't feel separation of you from the energy of that child, but I do feel like you that soul was ready to
be on the earth plane.
Yeah.
All right. Another question.
This one's from Renata, and she says, grief has surfaced for me this week. I felt the presence of loved ones comforting me. Do they have messages for me?
First of all, I just get yes, like they're screaming to get through. So we'll just need a moment to tune into it and see who's trying to come through and what their message is. So I feel like the evening time is really important. They're wanting you to, pay attention to what happens in the evenings, or maybe what happens in the evenings for you personally. I don't know if that's a time where you feel more connected with them, or if it's a time when you feel sad. And they're acknowledging that time of the day, like after dinner, before you go to bed, that time of the day is kind of hard for you. And the first person who wants to step through is a father figure, which can be your actual father or somebody who was like a father, which could also be grandfather. Someone on if it was your grandfather, that's the cat.
Gracie.
That would be your dad's dad. And he's just saying, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. So if you've been feeling really sad and alone, especially with the holidays coming up, that can be hard when you're missing people. He's saying you're not alone. Like, I feel like you're surrounded by not just a few people. You've got like a little group around you. If it's like 10 people. I don't know if there are people who passed or partially your guides and angels, but you've got your own little energy soul group there around you.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked about that for you before, that we felt like you kind of already had a tribe on the other side, that was energetically, with you. And what came through for me is kind of like you are getting the message. They are there to comfort you. That they see you in this, in this place of grief or in this place of struggle. And so that's why you're feeling their presence. Is you're getting the message that they want to give you, is that they're there to comfort you.
Mm-hmm. And also they're saying that keep going. You're on the right path. Keep going.
And the two cards that I pulled out, one is the Coyote Spirit. It's trust in divine detours. So the word that popped into my head was setback. So if you feel like that you've taken a step back, or that you've hit some kind of setback because you said the grief has resurfaced, don't feel like that, because open to infinite possibilities. So even though it may feel like it's a detour, or that you've kind of been pulled off the path or the trajectory that you were on, just know that it's for a reason. It's going to open you up to more possibilities, and that you've got this group in spirit on the other side that are, that are kind of there holding your hand and comforting you through this, they realize it's something that it's part of your path that you're going to have to go through during this time, and so they're there to make it as easy for you as possible.
Mm-hmm. And there's also a female who's coming forward who has a very strong presence, and she's on your mother's side of the family. I want to say grandmother, and she's holding you up, almost like she's like, get a backbone, but not harsh like that, but like being that backbone for you, that strength and stability, and she's wanting to give that to you. Yeah. Hey, everybody.
I had a couple of people just joined, but
Frida.
yeah. So I hope that helps or not. I hope
Yeah.
that's,
You're on the right path, and you are surrounded by people from the other side
and
helping you.
And because you are feeling them comforting you, so you're getting the message. You're getting what they're trying to give you during this time.
Yep. Nice.
And like now I feel very I guess comforted is the right word by all that. Like I feel like you know how you feel like once you get on the couch and you get that fuzzy blanket and you finally get comfortable. Like that's the feeling that I have in my stomach.
And you put your loose pants on.
Oh girl,
It feels so good.
So the next question that we have is from Leslie, and she's like, I'm thinking about going full time with my mediumship. Would I be supported financially in this decision by Spirit? I mean, the first thing that pops into my mind is Spirit always supports us when we're doing things for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are going into it as in this is the way that I feel led to serve.
Mm-hmm.
This is maybe it's a talent that you have and that you want to use it to help people heal and to help people figure things out, and that's the reason why you want to do it, and that's what you go into it with. Then I get like a hell yes, like
Okay.
hell yes, we would support you in that, but in total transparency, this one's actually a little bit triggering for me because I'm actually taking a mediumship course now, trying to build my own intuition and mediumship and learn it, and that was something that I had to get really clear on in myself before I started. Was am I doing this for the ego because I think it would be cool to get messages,
Right.
or is this something that I really want to do to serve? And the answer that I came up with, and I know this is not not meant for you, it's just the thing that came up to me is in being a channeler and just having that clear knowing to try to expand that and kind of turn that into mediumship was a way to use what I know my intuition is in a way to serve others. So it was it kind of was one of those things very, very much for me. Is like I feel like if I can develop that sense, then I could use what I already know my intuition is to serve others. So
Right.
that was the decision and the realization that I had to come to. So that's why I kind of that memory came up to me when I read the question.
Cool. So I pulled the Obsidian card and also the Heart of Source. And Heart of Source talks about how you are connected to the Creator of life and love. So it goes back to the love, like, are you doing it because you want to help people? Also, divine energy is helping you melt away any blockages so that you can be more open to love, acceptance, and appreciation. You are being encouraged to view yourself in a loving way and give yourself permission to be loved. So to me, that would say, like, self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you feeling like you're worthy of doing this work? Because it's fun.
Right, yeah.
But it is also, not super easy to do because you deal with grief and loss and pain and healing.
And healing. And it's a responsibility, too, because you have to really work with your guides to be able to deliver those messages in the way that is for the highest and best, because sometimes we get messages that, you have to set boundaries with your guides, because, even, I don't use the example, it's a silly example, but you may see them winning the lottery, but is it in their best interest to tell them that in that moment? Like, is that going to help them?
I've never seen that.
I don't know either.
And I'd love to see that for myself.
Yeah, it doesn't mean putting it out in the universe, but and I know that's a very silly example, but sometimes we get messages about things that may not be in their best interest in the moment. So we have to discern and work with our guides to give us those messages in a way that is for their highest and best in the moment. So there's a responsibility that comes along with mediumship.
Right, and the obsidian card says, do you see someone willing to step into a new identity, one more suited to the life you want for yourself? So this is saying, do you see yourself being this person? If you do, then you just step into it, because the other card was about stepping into your life.
And when I was shuffling the Miracles deck, 2 cards popped out, and I'm like, no, we can't make this S up. You just cannot make it up. So the first card was, I surrender my desires, and I know the universe has my back. So you're talking about, will they support the decision financially? So they have your back. Then the second card that fell out, when I respect my money respects me. I kid you not. I promise. So
that's some good stuff right there.
That's some good stuff. Yeah.
That's funny. All right. So next question is from Dreamstar88. My brother and I saw a spirit of a World War II soldier in our home when we were kids. We told the spirit that he could pass over into the light, but felt that he didn't. We felt like his name was Paul. Would love to connect with him and see if he has crossed over. Oh, I don't get like a definite yes, a definite no. It's like, is he in some sort of in-between space? What's going on here?
Got the exact same thing. I feel like the aspects of him, I don't want to say pass over, I want to say are at peace. But there are aspects that are tied to either that location or someone that used to live in that location. And it's almost, I just heard energetic imprint. So like what you saw may have been residual. It may have just been an energetic imprint there. But I feel like there's the higher self portion of his being is at peace.
Yeah, it's really weird because I saw like he has a foot in both worlds. So maybe his soul self is like there, but there's part of him because of probably trauma, probably died pretty traumatically if he died in the war, and he's still wearing that uniform.
Right.
That there's part of that energy of him that's still here.
Yeah.
That's really weird. I don't know that I've seen it like be in both places ever.
I actually, in my head, the first thing that popped in my head was that meme of like, what do you want? What do you want? Not that simple. And so it's like, it's like, and I don't feel like it's, I don't feel like there's separation.
No.
I feel like, I just feel like that's a remnant. That's just a remnant of energy, in that place and time. But I feel like that his the highest version of him is at peace. I still don't get crossed over.
Right, same.
But is at peace, which I guess is all we can ask for any of us.
And I'm also getting the message that he's connected to the family lineage. So I don't know if that's your family lineage. I would check into it and see if you have anybody from World War II that came from someone in your family, because that's the connection for me. That's what I'm seeing and hearing from him. And he says that he still comes around, but he doesn't show himself anymore because he scared you guys so bad when you were kids.
So do you feel like he comes around the place the house where they used to live, that home, or do they still come? Does he still come around them?
He comes around them because he is connected through the family.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily the place; it's the family connection for me.
Right.
That's what I'm seeing.
Awesome.
So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a learning experience every time you sit down and talk to Spirit because you never know what's going to happen.
Right. I've never experienced that. Yes, no, maybe kind of.
Yeah.
I've never gotten that before. That's really cool.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next question is from Julia. I have a job interview today. Is this a good opportunity for me?
Yes. That's coming through pretty strong. But yes, it is a good opportunity. Not a final destination, but a step to where you want to be. And it will be a good learning curve. And you are deserving of having this change and this new job. So go into that interview. I hope you haven't had it yet. Go into that interview like you own that. You deserve that job.
Yeah. So this card caught my awareness, and I don't really understand the meaning of it, but I'm going to go ahead and read it because it may mean something to you. It may be tied to why you're looking for a new opportunity, but it says, I allow people to witness their behavior so I can help them move beyond it.
That could be a personal message too.
Yeah.
And I pulled the kindred partnerships. So I feel like it would be a good fit and a good union for you to go and do this thing. Temporary. It doesn't feel long term.
So I asked the Keepers of the Light deck, like who you could call on to be with you in the job interview, and Kutsumi popped out. Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
go in with it with confidence.
Oh, and it's got the own symbol.
It does. And the snake eating itself. And I pulled the travel card in reverse, which could mean there could be some delays to you getting an answer. But I feel really good about it. Feels very positive.
It's very expansive.
Mm-hmm.
The next question is Yolanta.
Mm-hmm. Going international here today.
I know.
This is from the Netherlands.
Oh, yay!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I find a job I really like, and if yes, when will that opportunity come along? What should I concentrate on right now? I have so much going on and need to focus on one path instead of having so many balls in the air.
Okay, find a job that I really like. I'm going to address that first. I kind of feel like...
Well, my attention first went to I have so many balls in the air and I need to focus on one path, and I'm feeling like, yeah, no, you don't. Not yet. I feel like that
it's okay to juggle.
It's okay to juggle, and clarity comes with action. So, it may be a time where you still have to like handle all of those things until it becomes clear. I don't think you should just pick one from your mind, from a place of should. Okay, this seems like the logical path, so this is what I should focus on. But kind of like keep them all kind of like in your perception. Maybe not focus on all of them, but kind of keep them all in your perception until you get clarity on one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I pulled the lost card. So are you feeling like you are losing something, or that you're going to miss out on something? Because then I pulled the Sacred Temple, which is all about honoring yourself, honoring your sacred temple, your body, going inward, focusing on the inner landscape. So,
and as you were talking about that, I pulled Life is a Mystery. So that whole like fear of missing out kind of feeling, and not knowing which one is.
Yeah. And I'm with Chandra on, like, there are multiple things that you need to be doing right now. So put on your juggling shoes, girl, because you're going to be juggling for a little while. And also I pulled the Angels with 4 Directions, which also means to me it's like you got 4 directions. There's different things coming at you. So just kind of keep a handle on all of the things right now.
Right.
And it will get clearer later.
And I pulled the animal spirit cards, the skunk spirit, know your worth, and the sandpiper, be playful. So it's kind of like know your talents, know what you're good at, know what you're worthy of, but kind of like have fun with all of these things and just kind of be playful with them and kind of keep the stuff going until one of them kind of like
comes to the forefront.
Yeah, like the chaff falls away on its own, and then you're left with the thing that has the most worth. Like know your worth.
Yeah, I feel like you finding your particular thing that you're going to do, I think it's going to be multiple things that you do. It's not going to be just one thing. And so you're going to need time to develop that concept, because it's not going to be just one thing. Like if you do go into doing some sort of business for yourself, it's going to be multifaceted.
Right.
And some of it may be spiritual, some of it may be very physical world stuff. But like you do contracting work for XYZ of what you do in like the human world. And then you do some work that you do in the spiritual realm. And then I pulled you a card to help you, sorry, go ahead.
As far as time frame, I'm not getting a finite period of time. What I do feel like is it's soon, but it's going to be longer than you would like it to be. But relatively speaking, that one thing that will rise to the top will come about soon, but it's still not going to be fast enough for you.
Yeah, and I pulled the citrine card, and this is about joyful expressiveness, and that's what she was talking about too, to play. So let go of negativity. It also talks about and finding time for just to be playful, because that's where you're going to find your passion at. And this is a good stone for protection too, isn't it, Rosalie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you might want to just pick up a little citrine that you can carry around in your pocket, or a necklace, or something like that.
It's also good solar plexus, like getting that gut feeling of
what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can be just a touch-in reminder. Oh yeah, right. Be in joy. Let go of negative thoughts. I can do this. I'm going to figure it out.
Right.
Be in the moment.
Perfect.
Okay.
Love that. And
Last one
for today. Ruth Ann asks, I want to know who, not in the physical realm, wants to talk to me and wants me to listen.
Angels. Like, that's exactly what came into my head.
I saw the image, which is my symbol for angels. There's a certain picture of Archangel Michael that always pops into my head. It's not necessarily that it's him, but like that's the picture that I associate with angels, and that's the picture that pops into my head. With that image.
So, that's who's around you. You've got them angels around you, and they want to talk to you. So how can you connect with them? There's a place in nature that you like to go.
And I read a process a while back that really stuck with me, and I actually do it fairly often. But it was like picturing yourself in a cube, and you have a certain archangel to your right, a certain to your left, a certain in front. Based on what their specialty is for you, and you kind of just sit in there, and based on the question, if you have a question about health, you send it in a certain direction where the archangel, so I will, Ruth Ann, we've connected on Instagram. I'll write that out, and I'll actually email it or message it to you. But not that we need ritual, because they're all around us all the time, and we just have to expand our awareness. But only because I am very, right brain? I am very ritual oriented, regimented. I like a process. Going through that just kind of helps me have a visual and visualize and set my intention.
It helps you get into the brain space as well. To be like, okay, I'm taking this time to sit down and connect with my angel.
Right. And because it popped into my mind, it might be helpful for you too.
And then I pulled 2 cards. One was Commander Ashtar, which is call to action. Take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. And then Bridget is inner strength. So those are both kind of the same, like taking charge. So if you want to connect with these angels that want to connect with you, I really feel like there's a place in nature, because Bridget is from the Celtic tradition, but she feels very like earthy to me, and nature and that eternal flame. So go out in nature and connect with your angels.
Well, and to me, this is these two are very very balanced, because I'm like you. This is very very earth, just because, like, you know, the greenery and the, you know. But then I always associate Commander Ashtar with like galactic beings, and so it's kind of like the
as
perfect
above,
balance.
as above, so below. Cool. Have any questions coming in from Facebook, Leslie?
She needs that stone to connect to her angels. Seraphonite.
Oh, Seraphonite, and it's a green stone. Okay.
Seraphonite is from Rosalie. She says to use that to connect with your angels. Seraphonite.
Is it in the book?
I bet it is.
It is.
Just I'll look it up really quick, because I don't know how it would be. Seraphonite. I don't see it in
I
here.
bet it's that one.
Seraphis green quartz.
Seraphos green quartz. Could that be it? Not the same thing? Not the same thing, Rosalie?
No.
Okay. That's not in the book then.
No.
Oh well.
Well, look it up and see what you find. Seraphonite. All right, coolio. We had a new episode on podcast that dropped yesterday, and it's called Where the Cats.
We all talked about our particular spirit guides and how we connect with each one of them individually, so you know, or uniquely as individuals. It was I had a lot of fun doing that one.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and I actually listened to most of it again yesterday, and I could really feel like, you know, our guides coming in. I think they had as much fun doing that as we did, so I could really feel the presence. So that was fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, next week is
Christmas start. Can you believe that?
So we're not going to be here next week?
It's Christmas Eve.
At Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be doing family stuff.
We'll be doing family stuff.
And we hope that you all have Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, wherever you are. Enjoy this full moon on the 19th and the winter solstice on the 21st. Set your intentions for the new year.
Good energy coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So,
And I feel like 2022 is going to be lighter.
Much.
Please. Please, see? I can't even say please. Yeah, please. Yeah, make it listen.
I'm reading Renata's comment. Oh, yay, thank you, Renata. So listen to the latest podcast, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we hope that you will rewind and re-listen to it, because we got some really good messages. But yeah, have a wonderful holidays, however you choose to celebrate, whatever is your particularly that you have the holidays come in for you, and we will. So we're gonna try to do the next Friday will be New Year's Eve. We're gonna do a New Year's Eve edition.
I think we should. Yeah.
So
New Year's
2
Eve.
weeks. 2 weeks we'll be back. All right, guys. Love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for joining our Facebook group and being part of our community. We love you all. Keep the questions coming. We love doing this.
And we love hearing the comments.
Yeah. Give us feedback, because the only way we're going to know and the only way we're going to get better is if you give us validation, or let us know that something didn't resonate with you, because that's how we're going to learn. That's how we're going to get better. So, see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.